with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henney and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Having ourselves a pretty good day. Plenty of sun out there once again, and temperatures really beginning to rev up as well. 82 degrees at the airport. It is 83 here at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is at 82. Downtown Bay City coming in at 82 degrees as well. So very nice day all the way around. Ideal as far as getting out, enjoying yourself. Humidity for the most part, once again, is right down there. We're looking at, currently 48%. Yesterday, we dropped all the way down to about 34%. And maybe some of you have already heard we tied a record high temperature. We'll talk about that in just a second. As far as the barometric pressure goes, holding steady. 30.10. The high pressure system is not going to go away anytime soon. It does appear as though with a change in our wind direction, which right now is out of the southwest at about 9 miles per hour, there is going to be the chance of seeing a few clouds crop up here and there as we go into the afternoon hours. But I think the best chance of seeing any clouds with a little bit of precipitation, those are going to be pretty much in northern Michigan and over on the west side of the state. So for the most part, it's going to be sunny and dry for most of us as we go through the afternoon. Clear skies tonight. How warm is it going to get? Well, that high pressure over Pennsylvania is going to keep us a little bit on the warm side of things. I think we should hit 90 degrees. Some of you might try to test the record high. The record high on this date is 95, and that was set way back in 1919. I don't think we're going to hit it. We're going to come close here in the Great Lakes Bay Area, but I don't believe we're going to break any records. But yesterday, we tied the record high set back in 1937 and tied again in 1944, and then tied again in the drought year of 1988. We had 90 degrees on all of those years. So again, we tied it. Average precipitation for the months, the entire month of May, is right around 3 4/10 of an inch of rain. Last year, we had pretty much right on that, 3.41 inches of precipitation. So far this year, and I got a funny feeling it's going to stay at 0.8 of an inch. The driest ever month of May, well, that was set back a few years ago. That was back in 1939 when we had 0.53 inches of rain. So we're not breaking that record, but we're within 5 years of that. So, we're looking at pretty dry May based on recorded history. We're also looking at some pretty warm conditions and some unusually nice conditions. I think we alluded to it yesterday when we were talking about the Memorial Day holiday, and it was something like 28 years since we had last seen a Memorial Day holiday like what we saw this past weekend, where we had almost total sunshine each and every day, no precipitation, mild temperatures overnight above average for this time of the year, and daytime temperatures ranging in the 80s. 1995 was the last time that we saw anything like that. And 1995 was a pretty warm period year for the summer. It was not the hottest summer, but in recorded history from July the 12th to July the 16th, so we've got a little ways to go, but back in 1995, we had heat indices every day from July the 12th to July the 16th of over 110 degrees. Now, does that mean that because we're looking at some similarities now, that we're going to see a pretty warm July like we did in 1995? Well, the chances are remote at best, but just to give you an idea, the way the jet stream, the way everything is setting up as of right now, there are very strong indications that we're going to continue in this dry spell over the long range. One thing is for sure, the short range is showing some very dry conditions with, if we have a chance of a spotty sprinkle here and there, that's going to be about it. So what are we looking at? Record high in this state, as we said, 95, set back in 1919. The record low is 38. That was set in 1930 and tied in 2009. A year ago on this day, we had a really nice day. Our high was 89 and our low was 73 on May the 31st of last year. Sun will set this evening at 9:10, rise tomorrow morning at 5:58. So we're looking at 90 degrees for a high, 60 for a low tonight. Tomorrow, warmer still, 92. We're not going to break any record tomorrow. The old record is over 100, something like 104. So we're not even going to come close to breaking that record, thank goodness. Again, a chance of a spotty sprinkle here and there. The best chance is going to be in northern Michigan, the west side of the state. Tomorrow, southern Michigan could possibly see a little bit of a chance of a spotty sprinkle, but nothing of any measurable consequence. 62 for a low tomorrow. Then on Friday, mostly sunny skies. We'll crack the 90-degree mark once again, looking for 91 degrees. Low temperature on Friday night, 61. Moving into Saturday, we're going to be still in the 80s, mid-80s, 85, 86. Maybe a few more clouds around Saturday afternoon, but clearing off. Saturday night will be about 58, 59. Then on Sunday with sun, a little bit cooler, 82 for a high, 55 for a low. Then on Monday, same thing, 82 for a high, 55 for a low. And then on Tuesday, still no rain in the forecast, but our temperatures are going to be a whole lot closer to average. Normal high for this time of the year is 74. And that's what we're going to be looking at as we move into the middle of next week. We'll actually trend slightly below normal second half of the work week next week. So all we can hope for is, because of those cooler temperatures, maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a chance of seeing some precipitation. But nothing is in the close range, at least through Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Cody Harris over at Star of the West. We're going to try to correct what was a true debacle yesterday as far as the markets go on the Chicago Board of Trade. And, of course, Doug Klein will be joining us as well. All of that coming up. But first, we want to remind you, the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Risk management is what it's all about, and Mother Nature is really throwing us some curves, and we haven't even started June. June 1st is tomorrow. Be prepared. Risk management. Cover yourself against the bad things and take advantage of the good with the help at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Remember, they're licensed to serve all of Michigan. With both conventional and organic crop insurance, you can get a hold of their agents on their cell phones for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in downtown Reese, 989-868-4722. the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. We say good morning to Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Cody, how we doing now?
Well, good morning, Terry. I hate to say it, the markets are still in the red, but from where they were this morning, we have definitely rebounded. So the market the past probably hour or so has really rebounded off lows. I think there were yearly lows in both soybeans and wheat coming in here this morning, but we really rebounded and definitely came back closer to unchanged than I thought we were going to be about an hour ago.
Well, that's good to hear. Any particular reason why the markets are doing what they're doing right now, Cody?
Well, from a couple of the little wires that I've been seeing, and maybe a little bit of fun movement across the board. This heat stress really has got some wheat traders nervous, kind of, especially out west, kind of looking at, especially as we get into grain fill period for our region. So maybe you're seeing a little bit of traders maybe get a little nervous on that, and that's really kind of boosting the market up across the board. And definitely soybeans and wheat are pulling corn up along with it. So, but kind of just diving into it right now, Terry. We got cash wheat that's down 1. 555 on the white, 505 on the red. New crop wheat, that's also down 1, 565 on the white, 515 on the red. Looking over at corn, cash corn is down 3 at 556. New crop corn is down 5 at 460. Then looking over at soybeans, cash soybeans are down 3 at 1253. And new crop soybeans are down 7 at 1081.
Cody, you have a great day, okay?
Yeah, you as well, Terry. Thank you.
Will do. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us right now. The Market Report brought to you by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of farmers for well over 125 years. They've got a couple locations in Bay City, also Cass City, Caseville, Pigeon, and over in Bad Axe. And all together, now they have 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust. And by the folks at Schaefer and Beerline. You want to upgrade? You want to get ready with a new Ram truck for your family farm? Not a problem. You can order the 15, 25, or 3,500 right now from Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, the Great Lakes Bay Area's certified ag dealer. They specialize in all models of new Ram commercial trucks and vans. So buy with confidence at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth since 1852, where family and service sells cars. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, a little bit of a recovery in Chicago, but wow, it was kind of scary at the close yesterday.
Yeah, it's AI completely. You know, the traders just step back and go, well, wherever the computer takes us, it takes us. They don't think anymore, and it's scary. It's not just this market, but the stock market trades on that premise, and I don't know what to say other than duck, because that's about what it amounts to. It's beautiful when it's going the other way and making us money, but when they're taking it, they take it violently. See that Biden is suing the governor of West Virginia for not paying his penalties on the coal production in West Virginia. So that's a complete debacle there. The Supreme Court issued a ruling that said the EPA has way too much power and they need to rein that back in. So that's good news for industry a little bit, that they can stop worrying about having a bonfire and getting a big fat ticket for it. So that's something. Let's see. Nutrien and Mosaic both hit new lows today. That trend continues. Retail is ugly today. Macy's hit a new low today. A couple other guys hit new lows today. Advanced Auto Parts getting really whacked today. $38 a share, down 33%. 65% since August. So there's your retail. There's your retail whip. You know, when things were good, it's easy money, and things get bad, it's really ugly. So I don't know. It's another area that you want to stay far away from. Anyway, so I guess here's your numbers. The July corn is 591 1/4, down 2 3/4. December corn 519 3/4, down 5 1/2. July soybeans 1293 1/2, down 3. November soybeans 1147, down 6 1/4. The July wheat 590 3/4, down 1/4 penny, and December wheat 623 3/4, down 2. Crude oil 69.12, down 34 cents. It was down $2.40 on the early open. Again, the AI traders kicking in. Heating oil is 227.23, down 0.8 of a penny. Gasoline is 259.42, down 0.2 of a penny. Petrol gas 232.25, that's down 0.5 penny. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3581 at the border. That's down 16 ticks. The dollar buys 139.64 yen. That's down 15 ticks. The euro's at 106.65, down 68 ticks. The dollar's at 104.50. That's up 33 ticks. Gold is at 1971.80, up 13.80. Silver 23.41, up 28.5 cents. Platinum's at 1,004.60. That's down $17.30.
Just another day in paradise, Doug.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah. Talk to you later.
Okay.
All righty. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Coming up, Jerry Samolsky over at Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville, and Scott DeVries with Nutrien Ag. I got a funny feeling both of them more than likely are going to be talking about dry. That comes up right after this.
In his last will and testament, Robert has bequeathed to his only heir and devoted caretaker 1/3 of his house, 1/3 of his truck, and 1/3 of his beloved dog, Mr. Bo here.
Excuse me, I'm a little confused.
Don't settle for a fraction of what you deserve, especially at harvest. Yield your best with Veltima fungicide's proven plant health benefits and revolutionary application flexibility.
1/3 of a dog. Right.
Get everything you deserve with Veltima fungicide. From BASF, always read and follow label directions.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. And by the folks at Steiner Tractor, new parts for old tractors made easy as letting your fingers do the walking. 800-234-3280. Or you can go online at steinertractor.com, because they understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. Steiner Tractor Parts. We say good morning to Jerry Samolsky over at Bay Landscaping. Jerry, yesterday we were talking about watering. What are we going to talk about today?
Watering.
Okay.
No, hearing your lead in, Terry, the hardest question to ever answer is, how much water do I need to put on this plant? What do I need to do? And it's like you need to just pay attention, and it's hot and dry. It's not going to rain for a while. If we get a little thunder burst this afternoon, I'd be surprised, but it is in the forecast, a 10% chance. And then when we do, if it just gets the concrete wet, it really, everything's helpful, but that isn't enough. So we need to pay attention to what's happening and make sure that we get good moisture down to the roots of plants. And as we talked about yesterday, even though you've got a big tree that's been there for 20 years, if this goes on for another week or two, that tree's thirsty too, and it will help it. The single best thing you can do for a plant is make sure it has water.
Good advice. Jerry, you take care. We'll talk to you tomorrow, the plant of the week, and hopefully you're keeping it watered well.
We are.
All righty. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center over in Essexville. Scott DeVries with Nutrien Ag joining me right now. And Scott, I got a funny feeling the irrigation systems, if they haven't started yet, they're starting to tune them up maybe in some spots. What do you think?
I drove by a field yesterday, and I was talking while I was driving down the road, and I'm like, that field looks wet. And I hadn't realized there was an irrigation system in the field, and it just ran. So, yeah, they are up and running. And, there's some areas across the state that are over a month without any significant moisture, whether it's, a tenth or even two. So we're under stress mitigation programs right now, and a number of things that we're looking to do to help the crop keep moving forward.
It is kind of interesting, Scott, because it's not just in one particular area or areas that it's dry. It's pretty much all over the state.
It is. The good thing is with the technology we have today, and the growers did a great job. They didn't rush the planting. And when they got on, they closed that furrow back up. And I've dug up some plants, and that radical root is going down there. There's some, foot-long corn roots down there going down to moisture. So we're holding moisture. We got some growers who are going to apply a product like Terramar that can help on stress mitigation. It can help handle the heat, the drought. And I mean, some of these things are just yield limiting factors right now. So we got to treat those plants, do the right things for them, make sure we're doing the right things agronomy wise. And then are going to be tough conversations to have because sometimes it doesn't feel like it when we're spending some money.
I did notice quite a few farmers roll their fields. Good thing, bad thing, good.
Good overall. That's what closing at seed furrow. And last week when it was blowing 45 miles an hour out of the north, and you couldn't go fishing, I was in that Munger area, and but sometimes referred to as the Munger Land Exchange, where some of that sand is blowing from one field to another. There is very little wind erosion going on, and so the growers taking care of the field, firming that soil bed back up, but some of the minimum tillage, leaving that residue there, rolling the fields, that all sealed that off, and that's holding that subsurface moisture. And if we got those plants germed and coming up, I'm telling you, they're hanging in there remarkably well. So I know it's not pretty or weather forecast, but I'm really I'm optimistic. Grandpa always said a dry year will scare you, a wet year will kill you.
Exactly. Scott DeVries, have a great day, okay?
Thanks. Be safe out there, Terry.
You betcha. Scott DeVries with Nutrien Ag. We'll be right back.
When was the last time you could buy a brand new Chevrolet for $20,000? I'm Steve Cook from Cook Chevrolet in Vassar, where we're announcing the all-new Chevy Trax. It's sharper, Chevy increased its size, and you can buy it for only $20,000, or you can lease it for as little as $220 a month. It's been years since brand new vehicles were priced so low. And don't worry, if you still need a midsize SUV, the much bigger Chevy Blazer is still available as low as $255 a month. That's a $35,000 vehicle for only $255. And of course, at the Cook Superstore, Mid-Michigan's pickup headquarters, the 2023 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4-wheel drive with loads of equipment is now just $384 per month. The all-new Trax has arrived. Check it out today at Cook Chevrolet, M15, top of the hill in Vassar.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease, 10,000 miles per year and includes all rebates. $2,220 on Trax, $2,255 on Blazer, $2,384 on Silverado. Do it signing. Chevy, find new roads.
Along with me, Chuck Cervinsky over at Maple Hill Nursery in Midland. Chuck, let's talk a little bit about a product that I really like using when it comes to putting the annuals in the pots.
How about Flower Dew 201? And we've both used it. Great stuff. It'll grow the most beautiful blooms you've ever had in your flower beds or containers. And it's high in phosphorus, which promotes healthy and vibrant blooms. And it's also got about 18 different organic ingredients, including worm dew, made by Morgan Composting. And it's also powered by Dairy Dew. And for best results with Flower Dew, you're going to want to wet the soil a little bit before you use it. And we have got the product available here at the store in both 8-quart bags, 1 cubic foot bags, and also for those larger flower beds, 1.5-yard super sacks. And you can also use the Flower Dew with the Healthy Garden and Bloom Blaster fertilizers that Dairy Dew makes as well. And the product is weed-free.
So you're going to show us how to do it.
You're right. Just stop in and let us show you how to do it with the complete lineup of Morgan Composting products.
Chuck Cervinsky, have a good day, and stay cool, all right?
You too. Bye-bye.
All right.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor.
Why do I go by Shaw? Shaw stands for skilled hands at work.
And he lives up to the name as he uses his versatile tractor
to make my yard look as beautiful as I possibly can.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R to
do both vegetables and my flowers. It's exciting, putting yourself out there, learning something new.
And with a long list of easy-to-attach implements, ranging from a front loader to a box blade and backhoe, they both can make
the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1-Series tractor for just $130 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's 11 locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Now it's the time to be talking about post-herbicide application, Mr. Farmer. Folks at Freeland Bean and Grain have got a great selection of products from SureCrop and Nature's that can help you increase your yields. All you got to do is get a hold of Vic. He's a certified crop advisor, and he'll assist you with scheduling your needs or scouting your fields. They do have 2 sprayer units ready to help you control weed pressure and apply foliar products. Freeland Bean and Grain, serving you since 1983, where serving you is their business. Back at 12:30, now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM.